Earlier today, Koo, an Indian social media platform developed as part of the government's Atmanirbhar app challenge, started getting a lot of attention on Twitter. Well, the reason? The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Niti Aayog, as well as Railway Minister Piyush Goyal are just some of the government officials who have set up verified profiles on the platform. But what is Koo? Now let's find out. Koo was launched 10 months ago as a micro-blogging alternative to Twitter and has focused on regional language to support and differentiate itself. It claims to have onboarded 2.5 million users since launch, with 1 million active users every month. Users can post their thoughts and opinions, follow people and accounts just like Twitter. At launch, the app got a special mention in PM Modi's Mann Ki Baat address, and Koo has further raised $4.1 million just yesterday as part of Series A funding led by Mohandas Pai from 314 Capital. The app, however, has drawn a lot of flack for its blatant inspiration from Twitter. The interface follows a very similar paradigm, including a basic feed and users who you can follow for updates. The sudden state of signups from industry officials comes at a time when the government is at loggerheads with Twitter. The global platform refused to follow government orders, asking them to block accounts supporting the ongoing farmer protests. At the moment, it appears that government officials will continue to use both platforms. However, it is clear that there is a move to encourage indigenous platforms, and it remains to be seen if government organizations and ministers will transition from Twitter at the cost of reduced reach and cutting away from global discourse. Now, joining me right now, we have the founder of Koo, Aprameya Radhakrishna. Hi Aprameya, thank you so much for joining us. Can you talk about the ideation and development process behind Koo? Also, the app has been called out for its similarities with Twitter. How is it different from Twitter?
Thanks a lot, Rubina, for having me on the show. So we started Koo actually in November, the development of Koo in November 2019. And launched it in March 2020, and it coincided with the COVID situation in India. The whole idea was not based on somebody not being there or getting banned or anything like that. We saw an opportunity of expression from local language Indians, local language preferring Indians, not being there on the internet. And this was mainly because global platforms are English first, and that makes users uncomfortable while using that platform. So we said, let's take a approach where, irrespective of the language that you should be able to come and express yourself, your thoughts, opinions about your life, about things that are happening around you, and be able to connect with other Indians in a way that has never been possible before. So that's the whole idea, and March 2020 was when we launched. In terms of differences, we have enabled local language expression is in a much better way. We understand that typing out your thoughts in local language needs more space, so you get more characters to type out. We also have voice and video, where you can quickly take a voice clipping or a video clipping of yourself, expressing yourself on anything. And we've also created language communities, which means, let's say a Kannadiga wants to go into the world of Kannada, right? So the whole app is in Kannada. You get Kannada topics that are related to Karnataka, and you are able to hashtag trend them in your community, which is the Kannada community. You are able to find Kannadigas much easier. From the most famous people to the people who are expressing themselves well, right? So I think while a microblogging platform has limitations on how much you can look different, but the context with which we have developed Koo is very different. What we enable is to go deep into India, right? Communicate with those folks who probably might not follow you when you talk in English.
Right.
So when you talk in English, you're connected to the international world. When you talk on Koo, we connect you deeper into the Indian diaspora.
Right. So Koo has raised a significant $4.1 million funding round yesterday. Can you give us insight into the user-based demographics and also your monthly user acquisition rates? What are your key markets within India?
Yeah, so the Hindi belt is the largest right now, followed by Kannada, Telugu, Marathi, being the top 4 languages as on today. We hit about 1 million monthly active users in January. Hopefully we should be growing with all the things that are happening right now. Hope to get to 10x of what we are very soon.
Right. So Twitter has taken a strong pro-freedom of speech stance against the government, a factor that has definitely played into ministries setting up accounts on Coup. What is Coup's stance on public conversation and government censorship?
Yeah, so we're all for freedom of speech. I think we are just a platform for folks to come and express themselves to their own following. Everybody's free to come and express what they want. There will be things that can be sensitive, which is self-harm, threat to lives, in general, which will have to, any platform will have to abide by the law of the land, because we're a company set up in India. So it's as simple as that. We won't make our own rules. We are a company registered in India and will be governed by India. We are a platform. We allow people to speak freely. Everybody is welcome, irrespective of the kind of thoughts they might lean towards.
Yes. Global platforms encourage thought sharing and accountability. Do you feel setting up Indian alternative to major platforms like Twitter risk alienating conversations from the global context?
No, I think we've taken a approach of cracking for India first, which means nobody's gone deep into India. There is no way somebody says something in English and it reaches the farmers in the remote parts of India at all. So that's what we're going after first. Once we've kind of connected India for thoughts and opinions, we have ambitions of going abroad. We want to be one of the first few social platforms from India which will actually launch in other countries and be fair in the way we operate.
Right. And my last question to you is, do you foresee Coup replacing Twitter as the dominant platform as Coup has the broader government support, or can Twitter and Coup coexist here in the country?
Yeah, so as I said, I think Twitter is a great platform which enables thoughts and opinions to be shared with the world, right? And it has successfully kind of taken the top 1% of India and connected it to the rest of the world. What Coup is first trying to approach is take the 1% of India and make their thoughts available across India, right, to the other 99% of the internet using population of India. So I think if you want to go deep in India with your thoughts, you use Coup. If you want to make sure that everybody across the world is listening to you, you can use other platforms, including Twitter.
Cool. Thank you so much, Aprameya, for joining us, and thank you for having us. We will see where Coup goes now and hope more numbers to you.
All of you guys should join.
Sure. Thank you so much.